Hello everyone, this is Aaron again. Quick video, but before I do that, today I said I'm going to start dedicating these videos to some of my viewers from around the world. So today, as you can see, I'm celebrating Ireland. I was fortunate, I already had the hat, the Live Lucky hat, as it says under here, and I always try to live lucky. But I just picked this shirt up at a garage sale, and I had to have it when I saw it, and I knew right away what I was going to do with it. I was going to celebrate Ireland and all my guys over there that are watching me there. But with that, shout out, let me talk about getting to today's video. One of the things that I've always had trouble with is I've got one side shot. And with that side shot, I have to change it from gun to gun, which is okay when I'm at the range. But when I'm in the field and I got a 22 with me for the pigeons and a 177 with me for the birds that are around the barns, and I'm not with rooftop shots, I have to switch it. A lot of times, by the time I make that switch, the pigeons have moved on. So I decided I needed another side shot. So that's exactly what I got. I have here in the box a side shot, and I'm going to be putting this side shot on my impact for right now. But I can slide to every gun. But the reason why I need this is because I may want to switch from one gun to another in the field, and I don't have time to slide this off and slide it back on, as I just explained. So I'm going to be putting this on my impact, and basically I just get this part from here that I left over here. There's only a couple of things that come in the box, so we'll break that down in a close-up in just a second. So let me change the camera angle so you can take a better look at what we have here and how we're going to mount it. Okay? Alright, let's do that. Okay, when you first get your side shot, it's going to come pre-assembled in terms of everything is already to go except for this little bracket that needs to be taken off and placed on a gun. And then in the stabilizer box, which just clicks on to steady it up front so it can hook down in here and keep the gun, the mount from shaking. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a 3mm just to take this off. This is really a simple operation. You want to take this, unloosen these two screws here that will actually slide this off of the mount. Okay, and then with that, now what you're going to need to do is take these two screws here out with a 3mm. So you're going to basically take those two screws out. So this is open and close and be mounted on the gun. And then once mounted on the gun, this will just slide into place. Okay, so let me bring the gun up here and let's set that part up next. Okay, we're back and we got the impact ready to go. Now let me just say this. To mount the side shot on the gun, you're going to need about, back here you're going to need probably about at least a ½ an inch to an inch for the little bracket that's got to go over it. Okay, so if you have your mount all the way back here on your scope, you may have need to change it, but I know on mine, I make sure I slide it forward for that particular reason, because I really do know that I'm going to need that for the side shot. So basically after that's just very simple. You take this and you pop it on. You take the two screws, flip it over to where you can get to it, take your two screws and start them. Go ahead and take your wrench, pop it in, tighten it down. But only tighten it down enough that you can turn it. We're not doing the final tightening yet. So that's in place now. Now we're going to bring this over to the position to where we're going to now take the side shot itself and slide it into place. And there are two little holes back here. I'm not going to turn it around. That you got to do that on. You get one on the top and the bottom. And then this thing slides right up and snuggled up. So now that you got that in place, what you want to do now is you're going to back this off to where the camera is going to fit. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But right now what we want to do now is just snug it down a little bit more, but not tight enough that we can't move it, because there's some final adjustments we're going to need to make. And it's just snug enough that you can move it, but the scope can't. Okay, now for this next part, I'm going to flip the gun around. Okay, I have the gun flipped, and now the next thing we're going to want to do is adjust for the phone. Okay, so now what you want to do next is you want to bring out your phone and turn it on. I use an old Motorola phone. In fact, I got 4 of them, as you can see. I have four phones, and I paid like $20 to $25 each for these. They're only 1080K. They only 1080p, but 1080p works for me in the field. You're not gonna get much better than that going through this scope. Cause I've seen some of the stuff with the 4K GoPros that don't look as good as this sometimes. Okay, so if I'm in the field and one phone goes dead or another one goes dead, I've never had more than 2 go dead. I've never gone to a 3rd or 4th phone, but just in case, I really have them with me. Okay, so basically you want to turn this on and mount it up. And we'll stop and I'll get all that set and I'll come back in a second. Okay, we're back and I have the phone on. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is adjust the phone to the actual scope mount. But before we do that, there's one other thing you need to do. And this is another thing. You're going to need to have about 1/4 of an inch between here and here in order to get this to pop on. It's about 1/4 of an inch wide. It pops on like this and it goes down on here to stabilize. It's a bridge to stabilize this so you won't have an inward or outward shake. Okay, now what we're going to do now, we got to adjust it to our phone. So we have a phone on. Go ahead and put it on video. And it's on video. And I'll tell you this, if you got a phone that has the, I like the phone to have the camera at the bottom instead of in the middle, because it gives me more room to get it up and out of the way. But all phones work on it. Unloosen that will allow this thing to slide up and down. So you don't want to adjust this one till last. I was adjusting the wrong one. Okay, the way I got this set up is that we should see a bright light down there once I get this adjusted. And I'll give you an example of it right there. See that? That little circle in there, that's when we're trying to get it. So we're going to bring this up. And once we get a perfect circle there, we don't want to make this adjustment in here. We want to take this, pop off this little bridge, slide that back until it's touching the phone. With that being a perfect circle, long wise. Once it's pretty close to that, we got to lock this down. And we're going to also lock down this one in here for now, just so it won't slide easy. So we still got some more adjustments to make. Okay, that took a little while to get that circle in there. I had to turn around this way, and it's still not exactly perfect, but it's close enough for me for these purposes. When I get in the field, I'll make some final adjustments on video. But basically, all you had to do once you got it centered up, down, and side, is to tighten up all these little screws in the back. And if you ever get one, you'll be able to see what those are. And if you have one, you already know it's a headache getting that perfect. But once you do, you're done. Because now I can take this thing, pop it off, unscrew it over here and untighten it over here, slide it out, slide it back in, lock it down, and that circle's going to be perfect. So it's a heck of a thing getting it perfect, but once you get it perfect, you're set. So let's move this camera around and close this thing out. Okay, and there it is, you guys. Another side shot for my gun so that I can, when I'm in the field, I can switch guns real quickly and see if I can take out a few more pigeons this summer with a 22 or 25 caliber. I'll decide which one I'll be shooting. But anyway, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Palm Beach Air Guns. If you look, I got a sticker right here on my tank here. They sent that sticker to me, and they sent me a bunch of little ones, little stickers, along with the scope. And no, I did not get a discount on it, nor was it given to me. I paid full price for the side scope. In fact, I actually had the GoPro, and I set it back because the GoPro, you have to adjust the GoPro. You have to basically break your GoPro to make it work with this. And I've looked at the footage of GoPros, and to me, they don't look as good as this. Maybe they weren't hooked up right, maybe they didn't have the right lens in them, but I just didn't see the clarity there. So I'll stay with my four $20 cameras in the field, and struggle with trying to record with those. So shout out to Palm Beach Air Gun. Thank you for your stickers and that, and maybe I'll be doing some more business with you in the near future. So with that, I'm going to close this out. I hope you like this video. Just want to do a quick one on this because I had it to do, and those of you out there, some of you guys out there ask what equipment I use. This will answer that question, how to set that equipment up, and you can see in my videos how well it's used, how well it works rather. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys from around the world. Shout out again for my guys from Ireland up there, and hope everything is fine with you guys. And I post their names right here, so you can see the people that have contacted me from Ireland. I know there are probably others that have probably watched, but I don't know who they are if they don't tell me that that's where they're from. So with that, thank you guys very much, and let's just keep this thing safe, and I'll try to keep the videos coming, and I hope there are things that you want to see, and I appreciate you watching. Keep it safe, guys.